variety. The objectives are as follows. Use voice, volume, pitch, rate, and quality to reflect and add meaning and interest to your message. Use pauses to enhance the message, and use vocal variety smoothly and naturally. You have 5 to 7 minutes to get that done. All the best, Toastmaster.
Ezekiel Jeremy joined Toastmasters in 2014. His occupation is digital marketing. His hobbies are reading, traveling, and learning about new stuff. Voices, angels, or just me? Ezekiel or Jeremy? Voices, angels, or just me? Ezekiel or Jeremy?
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Many of us have heard of angels, or probably you've experienced angels, you've seen angels or something, I'm not quite sure. But the angels I'm referring to are not the ones that we have heard in church sense, in the Bible or the religion of the people. I'm referring to angels in terms of, you could call them if you want voices. The angels I'm referring to are the ones that we probably saw when we were kids, when we watched cartoons. Those ones where we had two angels sort of on our side. The right angel wants to sometimes a miniature selves, sometimes wearing white and has brown stuff around his head, basically telling you the good stuff you should do and all that stuff. And then the other one is the bad angel, most times having a 3-pronged fork in his hand, dressed in red, and probably has a tail, if you understand what I mean. So basically, these angels had a way of influencing us. They had, sometimes I'd first call them voices. Why I call them angels is because they help us to visualize who they are. They help us to take a picture of who exactly are these beings are. You can call them voices, a positive voice and a negative voice. But it depends on the way you choose to use them. Today I'll try to share two experiences with you on how these voices have influenced some of my past experiences. But before I go into that, I'll cite a typical example because I believe these voices have evolved over time. It all started probably when I was small. And my mom just cooked this beautiful soup, stew. And as she cooked this stew, sometimes you could smell that stew. Sometimes it pour on you, as if you just have to taste it. And the positive voice will tell you that, hold on, Ezekiel, that soup is going to taste sweet. All you have to do is just wait until the appropriate moment, and you definitely taste that stew. On the other hand, negative voice will tell me, Ezekiel, there's no need, Ezekiel, you don't have to wait for the voice. All you have to do is tiptoe into the kitchen. Once you get there, all you have to do is just take out the piece of meat. Nobody will see you. In fact, you're not stealing anything. It is your mother's own. She cooked it for you and your siblings to enjoy. There's no need to bother yourself about whether it's called stealing or whatever term you want to say it is. It is for you to come to enjoy. But as we all know, there's a name for that. Once you take something that nobody has not given you authority to take, or basically when you take something that you're not supposed to take, there's one word for it. Yeah, it's called stealing. So that is how the voice started. It started with trying to tell what the positive was and what the negative was in terms of devices that we should not do. As the first speaker said, in this sense, the negative voice will try to tell you devices that you should go into. The positive voice will tell you these are devices you shouldn't go into. These are the things you should be doing at this point in time. Now I'll take you back to two major experiences that I had. The first time, for me, one of the first ways I felt the voice evolve was when it comes to the positive. When it comes to wanting to do something that will change your society. Or sometimes probably wanting to do something that will change you. It all starts when I wanted to move from secondary school into university. I know this exam people always talk about. This exam it seems as if it's that exam that nobody seems to be able to pass. Everybody talks about the exam. It seems as if almost everybody going to offer is quite high. And I was about to write the exam. I was in my 3rd year in senior secondary school, my 6th year. And I was about to write the exam. I was in my 3rd year in senior secondary school, my 3rd year in senior secondary school, my 6th year. And I was about to write the exam. I was in my 3rd year in senior secondary school, my 6th year. And positive voice told me, Ezekiel, you don't have to fear about passing this exam. Many people have passed the exam before. All you have to do is read your books and you pass the exam. All you have to do is be confident in yourself and you pass the exam. On the other hand, negative voice told me, Ezekiel, you know all this thing I have said is, there's no need to waste your time now. All you need to simply do is this. You need to start preparing your mind that for the next 2 years, you might be writing this exam twice. You're not the first person anyway. There are many out there that have written exams several times. Some of them have written it several times. How different are you to think that you write the exam once and you think you pass? What do you know? What school did you go to? What books have you read? Those are two voices that are in my mind. How writing or pass the exam? Well, I passed the exam. I passed the exam. I didn't study as hard as I should, but I met because of her, and I moved on to the next one. I entered into university. In the university, this is where the second experience awaited me. The second experience awaited me in my final year of university when I felt that I was going to graduate, but I felt that I hadn't gotten all I needed to get. That I wasn't prepared enough for the world out there. So to prove to myself that I knew what I was doing, I chose to enter a competition. And this competition will have a whole number of people being involved in it. There are going to be hundreds of people from 13 states in that competition. And I wasn't sure how I was going to compete. So the negative voice told me, Ezekiel, there are going to be over 1,000 people in this competition. You don't need to enter for this competition. You're about to graduate in 20 days to come. All you have to do is just sit down and wait for 20 days to come, and at the end of the time, that's it. You're done, you have your BSc in mass communication. There's no need to bother with any competition. All you do is give yourself fear, and in the end, fear will lead into nothing but disappointment. The negative voice, on the other hand, told me what I was. He told me, Ezekiel, I'm quite confident you can scale through this competition. You may not succeed in this competition, you may not win the competition, but at the end of the day, you have done yourself good. You would have tried, and even if you fail, you come out with success because you tried to do something. You've proved to yourself that you are worth something. I got into the competition, and I won the competition. It was quite good. At the end of the day, it's not as if I've overcome those voices. No. Those voices are still with me today. Show to you on your second speech, all those voices, negative thing. That is the negative voice. Stephen Footprint in his book calls it his chatterbox. It speaks negative to us. But how do we overcome it? We overcome it by speaking it positive. We overcome it by saying to ourselves we are confident, we are successful, and there is nothing for us to fear. And even if we fail, we shall still overcome. Thank you very much.